How's Marvin for both of you guys? Because Marvin seems like
he was a player's coach, right?
He seems like kind of the combination of the two almost, Fisher and Big Mike.
Marv's a father figure to a lot of people, I feel like. Well, don't you think that, Pac?
Yeah, but he worked the shit out of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Marv was great. I really enjoyed Marv. I don't know.
love
I'm
Marv.
sure you did too, but man, Marv's a really, really good dude. He really is. I noticed that from the jump with him. I mean, I still keep in contact with him. I was only there a year, and the guy's awesome.
Mark, like father figure. He really care about the players. But he gonna work the shit out of you. You gonna practice, and you gonna practice outside.
Damn.
Well, there was no option to practice.
Next to the gravel, next to that gravel plant.
Yeah, with the smoke coming over, AJ.
Yeah, no one ever got hurt from that gravel. There was never a time where someone caught a pass and like tripped on a massive boulder or something.
Some days maybe we couldn't breathe. I don't think nobody got hurt though.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean that's maybe Pac. When you were there, you were the longer than me. Anyone ever get hit by a car crossing that main road going to practice?
Nah.
What a come up for
surprising.
Cincy, though. I mean, Cincy's now every year we're going to have to talk about him like a Super Bowl contender. And
Yeah.
Well,
you
they
guys
are.
used to-
They are.
Oh, absolutely.
They have been.
Yeah.
Have you been there? Have they improved? What did they call it?
yeah.
AJ, their restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The new restaurant.
Yeah,
My first year there was when the new restaurant went in. Yeah.
AJ, guess what? They putting a fucking nursery in, huh?
Oh.
Nursery for the
That's
players.
because that NFLPA thing changed stuff.
For the players' kids. So
Like during games and post game and all that.
during the game and during the day while they're at practice, which is pretty
What?
sweet. Yeah.
You could bring your kid in. They could like
In the
babysitters.
morning, they got a whole daycare center just for the players, where you could check your kids in, check them out when you get ready to go. I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Of course, we know about the bubble, but Joe Burrow is getting a lot of things changed. I ain't gonna just say Joe Burrow, but shit, Joe Burrow getting a lot of things changed over there.
And
man.
that NFLPA
Report card.
Like everyone talked about it. Everyone's making changes.
I wish they had that fucking report card when we was out, because I think that plays a big factor in people changing things. Because now that we say, oh, all these places got F F F F F F F F
Yeah.
F F F F F A B B B B A. I think the owners look at that, and that's a big like. Don't give a fuck about us.
Their laundry's in
You know what I mean?
their laundry's in
It's
screens.
public.
Yeah.
It makes them look bad, doesn't it? It makes them look publicly like, hey, what are you doing? You guys are billionaires and you're not taking care of these players. I think people, you're right. It'll get stuff done. Hasn't Arizona already been changing things since theirs came out?
Yeah, I think you're right. The public perception of a billionaire being a huge fucking cheapskate and like nickel and diamond guys like in Arizona, like charging them for lunches and stuff like that. Like when you get like fans in the NFL and people outside being like, how the fuck is this the way this works in the biggest league on the planet? Like this kind of stuff can't happen, because everyone reacted to that NFLPA survey.
Yeah, it was like Lamar. Like people reacted to Lamar like, hey, just fucking pay the guy, Baltimore. And then when they start hearing that you had to pay for lunches and that families, you couldn't bring your kids into, the stadium during game day because they had to change babies on like the floor like that.
In a public bathroom.
In public bathrooms, yeah, like that type of stuff. It didn't even seem like a possibility from the outside looking in, because the NFL is like the biggest business in America and is just going like that. And then you hear things like that, and the entire public perception's like, oh, okay, I've been rooting for a team that is the cheapest team in the league. This is bullshit, and it actually did cause change. I don't know why, to your point, why they didn't release them publicly before this. Why this is the first year.
Yeah, well, media, we ain't to where we are not where we at now, where we were.
Where we were,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Well, didn't
everything is like, motherfucker, they got these iPhones, you can see every fucking thing now. You can't piss without somebody taking a picture of you. So of course now, I've never been in an organization where you had to pay for your food. Basically, I mean, plain and simple, if I would have been in Arizona and they would have been like, pay for your lunch, the first thing I would have, hey, yo, I'm in Arizona. I just got here.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers got us paying for lunch here. Like, that would have been the first thing I would have did, because that's ludicrous to me. Like, we hear basically 12 hours out of the day, and we got to pay for lunch? Are you fucking kidding me?
The weight room stuff is crazy to me. Like, you would think that every single NFL team would have like a state-of-the-art weight room. It's like, no, some of these places, these guys are working out in like a fucking Anytime Fitness pretty much. It's like, hey, like these guys are going out there and putting their bodies on the line and potentially getting killed on the field. Like, I think that was crazy to me. That like, oh no, like some of these places have a shitty weight room that hasn't had any upgrades in like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Well, they did. So I got to Cincinnati at perfect time, because I got there as they redid the weight room and the new cafeteria / restaurant. And I know before that they said you guys had to work out in like position groups because you couldn't fit enough. You could only fit like 20 guys in the weight room at that time, right?
Yeah, it was horrible before you got there, AJ. It was like really bad. And the cafeteria was really bad, mate. But
that's what I heard.
When you got there, it was like
perfect.
What they say, Rick Martin, and then going to the Holiday Inn. That was the difference.
It was nice, man. I liked it. There was something there. Like, how many years were you in Cincy, Pac?
9.
Damn. It was so I was 9 years in Green Bay before I got there, so it's all completely new to me. I grew up loving the Bengals. That was my squad. But then getting there, like, everything was very different from Green Bay, but it was also really, like, it made me realize, hey, there's more than one way to run a team. There's more than one way. Like, it was just cool. Like, there's more, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but everything was run much differently. The team was super tight, though. Like, my locker's right next to Vontez. You were right across the way. Like, I really enjoyed all the guys. I really did. I don't know how they work on crafting and kind of putting the roster together, but we had a great roster of, like, dudes that were, you're not going to mess around. Like, I felt very confident in our team, especially our defense. If someone wanted to fight us, we're okay. And then everyone was cool. Yeah, it was a family.
And I think when Mr. Brown and Duke put the roster together, that's how they think. It's a family-ran business. It's not too many outsiders that's connected with the Bengals. You know, Duke been there forever. They don't have. Yeah. He's the GM. Like, Mr. Brown is the owner. Katie is running everything now. Blackburn is doing the contract. So it's all in-house. Lil Katie is doing the head of the marketing. So I think when they go about putting these rosters together, they think about close-knit family guys that can communicate together. And it's worked out pretty good for the most part, you know, in these last couple of years. It worked out pretty good when we was there. I think we was a player away from being really good.
Yeah, for sure. And do you think, to AJ's point about Green Bay, and I think it's the same in Dallas, like, do you think Steelers, New England now, like, there are just some teams, and the Bengals are definitely heading that way, but there are some organizations that are kind of not higher class, but they're just run in a much better way than everyone else. Because obviously AJ got there when they redid it. I mean, shit, that was still, you know, in the 2008, 17, 15. Yeah. Like, that is still pretty far along. Whereas some places, Arizona, like, they were. Tennessee. That culture, Tennessee, like the way that's kind of set up, and Tennessee's hopefully getting a new stadium, but just those main places, or not main, but those kind of stalwart NFL franchises, like, they just have an innate advantage against some of these other places because of the way that they're run.
Yeah, it's different levels, and you got to pay to play. You know how it is. Like, Jerry World is way different. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? In Jerry World, you got a chef for each position.
Yeah, he was like the first of the
linebackers have a chef. The receivers got a chef. The wide receivers and the corners, y'all got a chef because y'all can eat fried food. So it's really different when you go different places. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the bigger the market, normally the bigger the better intangibles and all of that stuff.
How was Denver? How was Denver's facilities and all of their whole situation?
Unbelievable. Really? Denver, like, we had massage people on the road. Like, you set your times, AJ, like, didn't have to pay for it. It was like the recovery part in Denver was the best I've ever had.
Damn. Who was your strength coach at the time? Was it Lauren Landau? Was he there?
Landau, yeah. Landau was the strength coach in Denver.
See, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't think Denver, I mean, they're doing the whole renewal of the stadium with the new owner, but I wouldn't expect Denver to be one of those places.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Broncos, man. Yeah, they did a good job, man. And Elway treated the players how he wanted to be treated.
Oh, okay.
I'll say that.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Because he kind of went through it, and then front office knew what players needed.
Yeah, and the Bowling family did a good job, too.
Yeah.
Of treating players really good. Like, when I got there, it was top class, bro. Like, the vets got to choose first, but, like, whole massage list, recovery day, DSM guns, acupuncture, whatever you can name that you needed, you had nowhere to go. You ain't had to outsource it in Denver. They had it all right there.
Yeah,
was VJ the head coach, Vance?
Yeah, VJ was the head coach.
So, yeah, Vance Joseph. Will he ever, do you think he'll get another shot at becoming a head coach? He's the coordinator where now?
I love VJ, and this is no shot at VJ. I don't know if VJ is a head coach. I think he's he's a better coordinator than he is a head coach. That's just my personal opinion. And, yeah, I stand on that.
Yeah, that's not a
He was the DB coach when I was in Cincy, And I went to VJ every day for different questions about the defense and scheme, and he was cool. I was glad he got this opportunity, but then obviously it didn't work out. He's still doing well. He's still
back in Denver.
He's back in Denver as a coordinator.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, we've
Smart
talked
guy, man.
We've talked about this
Yeah.
too, like multiple times. It seems like just where the NFL's at now. If you're not like a D'Amico Ryans, where it's like you're an up and coming, defensive guy who's never got a crack at it before, like. Teams aren't taking a shot on Vance Joseph for another opportunity to be head coach. Like, they're going to get a young offensive coordinator who's a guru. Or I mean, even look at, like, realistically, like if the Bucks stink this year, Todd Bowles is probably going to get fired, and he's probably not going to get another job to be a head coach. But there will be a fucking long list of teams who are prepared to hire him as a defensive coordinator.